The camera's not doing it justice. But yeah, I got all my stuff labeled. So here's how this works. Here's my barn. This is barn. This is barn rafters. I already showed you guys this. And I have a board here, board here, board here. I have this board filled up right now with 10 to 15 pound items. And then this is the floor. So this is BAR A1 because there's nothing going to go. I'm not going to be putting any more shelves on there, so I can get away just saying the section instead of the thing. But this, I do have the thing. So this is B over there. See that beam? The other side of that beam is BA1. This is BA2. This is BA3. And what, so BN1, BN2, BA3, BN3, BN4, BN5. So yeah. This one's BN4. That one's BN5. And then it goes. You know what? Let me turn on those lights. How about that? So yeah, I got my lighting in. That was what I was planning on doing today. Today's project. So yeah. Bright light. And which shoots it right down there, and I can see everything easy enough. As you see, I also put up my labels. So this is BN4. BN4, A2, A1, A2, A3, A4, B1, B2, B3, B4, and how my systems go. It goes like that. It goes shelf. So it goes like here. This is going to be BN4 C2 dash 6,702, and then the next one's going to be 6,703. And 6,702 can go on this shelf. 6,703 can go over here. It doesn't matter. As long as I keep my systems up like that, it'll work. And even if, in that way, in my accounting program, which I'll show you here in a couple of days, at the end of the month, I can see everything on BN4C2. I can actually see all the items. It'll tell me how many items are in there and also tell me what items are in there, for a simple inventory thing. In case something does end up on the wrong shelf, I'll be able to see it and change it. Simple as that. That being said, we're talking a 4x4 by, let's call it 30 inches. Yeah, let's call it 30 inches. So that's a lot of room for a lot of products. But the main thing here is these are meant for big products. Like what I got here is all these big things that weigh 10 to 15 pounds are up in the rafters here. So this is BARG1. I think this is H. I gotta label all these obviously still. But then I have all this to fill and all that to fill still. This is like I think it's an 8 or a 10. I think it's an 8-foot board by 4 feet, which is perfect. Which lined up with that, and you can't even see the board. There's no overhang. So, still got to clean the barn out more. Always something to do, folks. But I got this lighting on up. Now I can actually see what I'm doing, kind of deal. And because otherwise, it'd be dark in here, especially at nighttime when the sun's still going down. So I still got light coming in through that window. But oh well, And yeah, I always keep extra tape and extra markers to change anything, but that's the whole point, is to run this system. And I think these are 30 or 40 watt amp bulbs. They're either 30 or 40 equivalent, the little LEDs here. So what I got going on is I got, where's my plug? My plug's over there, easy to see. So I got the adapter to the thing, which switches to the two-way, which goes to your little plugs here. Simple as that. And then, yeah, as you've seen, they turn on. I don't have to turn them on every time. That's something I was a little bit concerned about. These things have crazy big heat sinks on the back, and I'm not too worried about it. So, you know, I'm not going over my amps because it's a barn from like, this barn was built in the early 80s. Pretty sure that's a 100-watt amp bulb, or at least it's rated for 100 amps. You know, 100 watts, not amps. Wow. So it's rated for 100, and I'm only running 40 or 80, so I'm not too concerned about it. You know, so that one and that one over there are off this one, and then the back ones are off the back light, you know, here. So the ones that are up here, simple as that, they're running off that row, and the ones off that are running off that row. Simple. And yeah, just not crazy whatever. But yeah, I mean, you might as well step up to LED if I'm going to be doing this. So they get plenty of light, and they do what I need them to do, kind of deal. And it wasn't crazy hard to install either, but it was something on my list for this weekend. Had to get done. Same with the labeling, everything had to get labeled. Yeah, happy about all that. All that's done. Yeah, we're good. And so yeah, the stuff in the rafters there, we're going to go, stuff in the rafters, it's only going to be like 10 to 15 pounds. Just crazy big things like dash pads. Dash pads don't weigh anything, but they're just so stupid big. And then this one right here, this shelf, is going to be like up to 30 pounds because it's over my head. Here's my eye level dang near. So it's over my head. So yeah, just big things are like 20 to 30, or like, yeah, 15 to 30 pounds, 30 to 70 pounds. And then anything down here is pretty much all local pickup items, because, you know, that is where mice and all that can easily get into it. But it's pretty much just going to be items that are left open. You know, it might be like these things right here are probably like, let's say 50 pounds. So they're going to go in a box. They're going to go up here, kind of deal when I actually get to them. Those motors probably weigh like probably 60 to 80 pounds. So those will probably be a local. And I don't have to put it in a box. I don't have to find a box because I'm not going to ship them. Or if they want it shipped, they could figure out shipping, but it's still local pickup. Stuff like that, you know. But yeah, I got my lighting done. That's what my goal was today. That's what I had to get done, because I know I'd be coming out here and putting stuff away, and wouldn't be able to see anything. It wouldn't be that great. Or, you know, I want to be seeing what I'm doing. So lighting makes a huge difference. I'm being lazy about these ones, but I will upgrade these two to something else later. That being said, I always make sure I stay within my wattage of what the bulbs are rated for. So these are no doubt rated for 100 watt bulbs, 400 watt bulbs, no doubt. So me putting 80 and 80 in there for 160 versus it rated for 200, I'm not too concerned. And it's also one of those things where I really don't spend a lot of time out here at nighttime. So and that bay over there, bay 1, is on a different circuit altogether, on a different switch. So that's another one. But so if I'm not in this bay, I don't have to have that, and I can do that. Plus, I do a whole bunch of solar lighting. There's a solar lighting in the garage. There's solar lighting in the barn, in the house, but I don't have solar lighting in the barn yet. So, yep, we're working there. Maybe I can get these kick on. So I got these little solar lights, and maybe they'll kick on. And it almost kicked on. So there's one over there. You can kind of see it over the door. Here's another. They're motion sensor, but they're not going to turn on. I got a remote for them, but yeah, when I first drive in here, both lights come on automatically, along with this one, and then they stay on long enough for me to walk. This one might come on, and they walk through here, and this turns on, and I walk through here, And that motion sensor turns on, you know. So I don't even have to hit any switches in my house. Everything turns on as I go. It all turns off after like 10 seconds. But these ones are solar powered. And there's some Amazon whatever thingy, but they've been running for like 3 years. And I also have some in the basement, same brand, but they don't charge as good. They don't get as big of a charge because I wasn't able to give them direct sunlight because I don't want to have the things outside my house. You know, the barn I'm not too concerned. Oh, probably a bad idea. I put a little bit of caulk behind them, but whatever. So, yeah, of course I got bees. It's too cold for you guys to care right now, huh? Yeah. So, whatever. But yeah, I got the garage barn lighting done. That was the goal. Get the barn all lit up so it looks all pretty and such. And yeah, be able to see what I'm doing going through here. So yeah, there you guys go. See ya.